What's up, gang? Alright, so the 2023-24 LS1 Sprint Car schedule is out, and with a scheduled 12 shows, that's 4 more nights than what we had last season. It's shaping up to be a really good one. The upcoming season will match the 5 shows that we had in the Friday series at the Motorplex, which is great news, and we've actually got a 2-night event coming at Margaret River Speedway late in the season. With 12 scheduled racing nights, it does have the potential to be a really full-on summer, but we are heavily restricted by budget, so we're going to do our best to make it to the country tracks when we can, but it's going to come down to budgetary restrictions and or if anybody in the club can help us get there. Probably as good a time as any to mention that I am looking for sponsors for the upcoming season. If you'd like some info on the sponsorship packages, they start at $1,000, and you can email me at reyneleesonmotorsport@gmail.com. I'll send you all the information that you need, and there's also going to be an opportunity for people to get the names on the car in videos with some extra little bonuses here and there. That's going to be called the Diamond Dogs package, and I'm putting that program together as we speak. So going through the 2023-24 season one by one, the season kicks off on the 7th of October at Pethara Speedway for the Shakedown. Now this is a test and tune event. I don't think there's any points, and I don't think there's actually any racing going on that day. I'm pretty sure it's just a test and tune. I might be wrong about that one, but it's going to be a great opportunity for us to make sure that the car is working and running properly before the season starts. Tweak and make changes, look for a different setup for when we might go back there, and just a good way to gain some confidence and actually turn some laps before the season actually kicks off. Next, we'll go through the shows that I'm absolutely 100% going to be at. The first 4 of those being at the Perth Motorplex. The 17th of November, the 1st of December, the 12th of January 2024, and the 22nd of March 2024. The Perth Motorplex is a top 5 in the entire world track, and it's 12 minutes from my house. It's such a blessing, and while the nomination fees are a fair amount higher, the amount that is saved on travel cost is astronomical, so it's a no-brainer that we just don't miss any events here. Now that brings us to the double header night at Augusta Margaret River Speedway, the 30th and 31st of March 2024, a 2-night event. That's amazing for us to be able to race 2 nights in a row. It's such a cool event. I can't wait to get into that one. Not only to go to a country track like For Sure, where we're 100% locked into this one, but again, just 2 nights in a row. Like, our budget classes just don't get to do that very often, so I can't shout out the LS1 club enough for making that happen. And then the final locked in event is the 12th of April back at the Perth Motorplex. So really all that is 5 Motorplex shows and 1 country track at Augusta Margaret River, but those are the ones that I can guarantee we will be at just because they're that close to home, and you know, we can't miss a 2-night event. Okay, now we'll get into the maybe parts of the schedule, the parts of the schedule we will get to based on budget. The first one of those being the season opener, the 28th of October, the Silver Cup, the Mark Bloxage Memorial. We would love to be there, obviously, but given that we're going to be at Pethara Speedway not 2 weeks beforehand, I'm not sure we'll make this one. Each time we go out to those tracks, from what I had figured out when we went to Motorsport Speedway for the last show of the season last year, it's about $1,000 per show, and just not sure that we'll be able to swing that close to each other, especially as we have no sponsorship money coming in. If someone comes on board, if we pick up a few, that could very well change. So you know, we'll be continuing to look for sponsors in that time, but again, just it's in the maybe pile right now. The next one is back at Motorsport Speedway, the 16th of December for the LS1 state title. Now, I know things run a little bit differently in the US, but here in Australia, state titles are a big deal. You get to carry that number 1 on your car for an entire year because you earned it in your class. And while I would not expect to go out there and compete for that number 1, it would be great to go and turn some laps at a different track, and it could be a good way to use it as a measuring stick to see how much we've improved in that time, because we will have had 2 to 3, maybe even 4 if we're lucky, chances to turn laps in that time. So it could be a good way to gauge just how much I've improved in that time. Next up is Motorsport Speedway again, 24th of February moving into 2024, the King of Wings at Motorsport Speedway. Again, it's on the maybe pile. And then we have the season finale at Pethara Speedway, the 4th of May 2024. Now, again, these all have the little warning marks next to them for a reason. We are in a very, very strict budget, and I would be surprised if things stay the way they are, we would get to 2 of those 4. That would be if things really went well, and it's very much up in the air right now, but we are going to do our absolute best because we'll go out and support the country tracks the way that they support us and our clubs. So we'll make every effort to get there. We will probably need some help to make all of them, but we'll give it a red hot go. So there's a look at the 2023-24 LS1 Sprint Car season as it stands. It is a massive season with some really cool tracks and amazing events. And I just can't give enough credit to Ron and Craig and the LS1 Club for putting together such an incredible season. And I'm going to give a preemptive thank you to all the LS1 Club members who were sure to give us insane amounts of help throughout that season. Ron and Craig help at every opportunity. And I know that Matt Boyd is going to do everything in his power to make sure that I make it to the track for the Shakedown. So I'm really excited to have a much better second season than what we had first. And just to be back in the seat, making all of the stress and the sleepless nights and everything worth it, it's going to be a really great summer. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. Even though the Diamond Dogs program does not exist yet, there are already Diamond Dogs who have already contributed to the upcoming season. Thank you, Paul, thank you, Shirley, and thank you, Doug. I will make sure that you receive your rewards, whatever the Diamond Dogs receive in the future. But that's it for this one. Thank you for checking it out. Appreciate it. Till next time. Bye for now.